Hey everyone, this is Mike, REALTOR Mike with Century 21 Mike Bowman, and I have a special guest with me today. I am here with Janette Holland with Union Home Mortgage. She's a top dog here in DFW when it comes to the home buying process, which I mentioned before. This is our series here, and I'm going to have her just introduce herself and tell us a little bit about your background.
Awesome. Right. Well, thank you for having me on your Home Buyer Series show.
Thank you.
It's so awesome. So yeah, my name is Janette Holland. Everyone really knows me as #JLoan. And yeah, I've been in the business. This is my 13th year doing loans. Mm-hmm. So I started in 2006, and I really just enjoy helping people or clients, friends, family achieve the American dream of home ownership. I feel I'm a part of the process of helping clients to start building wealth, and am a vital part of one of the biggest purchases that people make in their lifetime. So
absolutely, I mean, like you hit it right there. Yeah. It's a big investment when it comes to buying a home and just making sure it's the right investment and everything goes smoothly. So mm-hmm. I really appreciate you meeting with me, because I know you're busy.
We're all busy. I'm happy to be on here.
So I know a lot of people
because I got a little jealous because I wasn't interviewed first.
Well, you saved the best for last.
Oh,
so,
okay.
That was my whole mindset there, going that way.
That's too funny.
But basically, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, especially when it comes to what a loan officer does. So, can you briefly talk about what the role of the loan officer is when it comes to purchasing a home?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the role of the loan officer, and I'll be honest, typically people will ask the role of the lender. Yeah. And so I had talk to Mike about changing it to the role of the loan officer. And the reason why I wanted to go over this about a loan officer is because the loan officer is the person that you really deal with beforehand and the person that's going to help you afterwards.
That's true.
Okay? So you have to, the role of the loan officer obviously is to educate and guide you through the process and be able to answer all of your questions. The lender per se doesn't answer that. It's the loan officer who holds your hand through the process, teaches you the steps necessary to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, and then obviously getting into your home loan and helping you through the underwriting process.
That's a good point. You
have to find someone that you trust and that you have a relationship with and that you actually really like, because you have to deal with this person for, some of my clients I deal with for 6 months to a year. Okay. And then it's the person, do they have the personality to help me when it's all done?
Yeah.
When I have questions, are they going to leave me in the dark or send me to servicing? You have to be able to know who you're dealing with as a loan officer. Yeah. So trusting, relationship, and just knowing that person is well versed and in the business to guide you in the right direction.
I mean, you hear it right there. I mean, key word there is trust. I mean, even with being a realtor, there's some clients I haven't worked with because there's not that trust, or just, I wasn't the right fit for them. Mm-hmm. So, definitely it has to be trust there in order to make sure that it's a smooth process, because when it's all said and done, it's, like I said, this is their biggest investment. So you want to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Yeah. And sometimes it won't.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why having someone that is, I don't want to use the word smart, because I feel like in our business we have to be crafty would be the word. Sometimes things are going to come up. Unfortunately, sometimes things are withheld from the loan officer. So I try to create, at least with all of my borrowers, the number one thing I tell them is be open and honest with me, because I can help you beforehand. But once the underwriter sees it, Now we have to figure out how do we solve that
Absolutely.
issue. So it's a two-way relationship. You have to trust me, and I also have to trust you, because the last thing I want any client to do in the business is lose money.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you can lose tons. You lose tons of money, right?
Oh yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't want you to lose money or get your heart broken, because at the end of the day, you know, that's what you remember is, man, I tried to buy a home and this happened.
Yeah.
And most of the time, clients won't turn around and look back at them.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't tell me.
We're supposed to be the experts, so it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, so for someone who's trying to purchase a home, what steps should a buyer do when they're trying to purchase a home?
Okay. Well, the first thing I would always say is, I know they do it a little in reverse. They go to the realtor first.
Yeah.
And that's a little backwards, because the realtor really isn't going to show them. You're not going to go drive them around if you don't know they qualify, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So it's very important that you actually come to the loan officer or the lender first. And this could be, I can make a video that's 3 hours long about this topic, but I know we don't have that much time. So here's the thing. Never assume that you qualify. Okay? Because we have had situations with borrowers who have great credit and great income, but the way they're paid doesn't allow us to use that income.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So it's very important to come to the loan officer first. And I would say, if you have concerns with credit, you want to start that at least a year before you're ready.
Yes.
Okay? If you don't have concerns with credit, you're sure that your credit is fine at least 6 months before your process starts. Okay? That's just me. Let us take a look at it. What we do is, we will, at least I will, talk to you about your wants, your goals. Obviously, you want to buy a home, but what is your goal for this home? How long? Is this your forever home? Is this your starter home for 3 to 5 years? Is this a home you want to leave to your kids? Do you want to eventually buy another home and turn this into a rental? Are you down here just because you got transferred, or your plans to live in Florida? So I get a little personal with you because I want to know your bigger picture in it, okay? Because ultimately it comes down to questions that are going to be asked, like, what's my interest rate? Exactly. Or I want the lowest interest rate, or can you pay for my closing costs? So all of that comes from that first conversation, okay? I typically like to talk to my borrowers thoroughly for a good 15, 20 minutes. And then the next step, obviously, is to take an application. That's where it gets a little bit more personal, where you're giving me your name, your social, date of birth, what you do, where you've lived for the past 2 years, gotcha. And where I'm really diving in to ask all of the questions, to dot the I's and cross the T's. Excellent. Okay? The next step is we actually pull credit. We pull credit. We look at your credit. We match your debts and your liabilities to make sure there's nothing there. And we also look to see, is there anything on there that is going to cause question or concern for a lender. Okay? The number one thing that I like to tell borrowers is, and this is just me, an underwriter's job is to find every reason not, I stress the word, not to give you a loan. Okay? So the way I package that loan, even on, and I like to say shaky files that, there's some concern, the way you package that loan to the underwriter sometimes determines whether that loan gets approved or not.
That's so true.
Okay?
Very true.
And so I try to do that. I kind of think of myself as like the Picasso of mortgages. So I take all these pieces of information that you throw at me, and then I paint a picture.
Kind of Van Gogh. Well, without the ear chopping, but
I'd like to say J-Lone.
J-Lone. Hashtag J-Lone.
Hashtag J-Lone, the mortgage painter. I don't know. All right, we're being goofy. All right.
So, like you said, oh man,
that was a lot.
That was a lot. It was
I can talk,
but it was good info.
Okay.
It was great info. You know, especially thinking beyond just that purchase, like you said, if they want to go with a rental or if they want to leave it to their kids and it becomes a house that's passed down through generation to generation and building equity and everything. So a lot of people don't think about that. They think, hey, 3 to 5 years is going to be my home and that's it. But you got to think a little bit beyond that sometimes.
Because you're helping them and we're helping them buy a house.
Exactly.
Right? It's up to them to make that a home. But what people have to realize is it's not just buying a home. You're building wealth.
Exactly.
For your future.
The W word.
Yes.
Wealth.
For your future, for your children, for your children's children. That one house can create wealth in the future. So we can't just look at it as a property.
Man, she's preaching this morning. Boy.
Okay?
Preaching.
So I went to... I was in Washington the past 3 days at a mortgage advocacy conference. And one of the things that Gregory Meek said from New York, Senator Gregory Meek said, is you want to rent your car and buy your house. Think about that. Your car loses depreciation as soon as you drive off. As soon as you get the key and you haven't even drove a mile.
Like that.
But your house will build equity for you.
Exactly. That's
where the money is in real estate.
Yes.
That one house, maybe purchase another house, or even that one house can change your future for your family.
That's true.
Right?
I agree.
So
110%.
Stop spending so much on your cars. Let's get you into a house and start building some wealth.
I agree. Now, you kind of touched on it earlier regarding pulling credit and everything. So another big question that everybody has, I know they're even thinking about it right now. What is the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved?
Okay. So pre-qualified goes through exactly what I said at the beginning. Okay, we take an application, we pull credit, we match debts, liabilities, and then we say, okay, we can pre-qualify you based on verbal, that's the key word, verbal information and a copy of your credit report, this amount of money.
Gotcha.
Okay? Pre-approved is what every listing agent wants to see who's selling a home. They don't want to see your pre-qualifications. They want to see that the person that's putting an offer on their home is pre-approved. And the reason why is because that means you have given me physical documentation of W-2s, tax returns, pay stubs, driver's license, social, bank statements. If you have 401k, divorce decree, child support, whatever we're using for that file, you have provided that information to me and it has been reviewed and your loan has gone through automated underwriting.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a bigger stamp and it's really good because unfortunately, you'd be surprised how many clients give me verbal information and the paper documentation doesn't match it. Yeah. Okay? And it's good to catch it now.
Yeah.
Than once you put an offer on a property.
Absolutely. I mean,
okay?
Couldn't stress that. Couldn't stress that even more. I mean, that's it right there. You don't want to fall in love with a property and then you can't buy it. That's
because now you're emotionally attached. It creates hesitation. It also creates what's the word I'm looking for? Like you get, I don't want to say depressed because that's such a strong word, but like you get bitter, bitter about buying a home, and I don't want you to feel that way because I want everyone to buy a home.
Absolutely.
I want it to be a great process because it is a stressful process. We can't exclude that. It is a stressful process, and that's why back to your number 2 question, the loan officer is very important in that because the loan officer can make it more stressful for you. Or you have a loan officer that says, okay, we have a problem, but let's talk about it. Let's figure out how we can solve this.
But we're here to make it less stressful for you. And Well, I mean, that was great info there. I think that answers a lot of people's questions between pre-qualified and pre-approved.
So you have to be willing to give up information.
Oh, absolutely.
Too. You have to be, you get the client that says, I don't want you to pull my credit right now. And if you don't mind, I just want to say something really quick about credit. A lot of the times clients don't want to pull their credit because they say, it's going to make my score drop.
Yes, please comment on that. Please.
Okay. So first, let me say what you pulled on Credit Karma or these personal credit reports is totally different than what we pull on a lender side. Okay. So number one, you want to have a lender's credit report pulled. Yes. It doesn't have to be me. I'd love for it to be me, but it doesn't have to be me. But you want it to be a lender. Okay. Secondly, you get pulling your credit is 5% of your total credit score. It's not a huge amount. It's 5%.
Yeah.
They allow you 5 to 7 hard inquiries every 12 months. So just because you pull for a mortgage one time doesn't necessarily mean your score is going to drop. And on top of it, you can pull with a mortgage lender and still shop around for another mortgage lender. Okay?
A lot of people don't know that.
Now, it's very gray, the area. Some people say 30 days, some people say 14. So here's my thing. Don't go past 14. You shouldn't be shopping for a lender for 30 days.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You need to talk to someone, find someone that creates that trust and that relationship, and that really should be done within a week.
Trust, that key word.
The key word is trust.
Yeah.
Because everybody won't have that relationship. So you got to find somebody you trust. And then pull your credit. Your credit report lasts 90 to 120 days. So if you purchase a home before the credit report expires in 120 days, you've only pulled your credit one time.
There you go.
Okay? So don't be afraid to pull credit. You've got to know where you're starting with.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? And then you also have to be willing to give up documents. I have clients that do asset-based loans and says, I don't want you to see my assets. I can't do a loan if you don't want to give us the paperwork.
I don't even see that's even possible.
You'd be surprised at what they don't want to give up. I don't want you to see my 401k. Okay? But it's a part of your loan. So
yes,
you have to give up information and trust, keyword,
trust. Who
who you're giving it to is putting it to use for your own good. Okay? We have no personal benefit or agenda of collecting documents we don't need. And in the world, the way lending is changing, I've been in it since 2006. So I've seen it go from super easy to where we are today, which is a lot of documentation. It's almost like drawing blood.
Yeah, and it actually works out for the better because it protects you, protects me, protects the buyer. I mean, it protects everyone in the process. So, where some people say, "Oh, it's so much documentation," but it actually helps to protect everyone in the process.
And if it boils down to, we have to take classes and continuing education that shows us the way that guidelines are changing.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of classes.
So right now, a lot of the guidelines are changing where they want to see borrowers have what they call a reserves. Okay, and reserves are money that you'll have after the transaction closes. Okay?
Yes.
So they typically want to see that you have 3, sometimes 6 months of your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment in the bank or in a 401k after you have paid all your money in closing.
Exactly.
So I tried to collect all of the information. Give me your stocks, bonds, 401k. Let's build this file up so good that every time the underwriter tries to find a reason why you can't, they're like, dang, she put it in there. It's already in there. So I over ask for information, but there's no personal agenda. This is all about getting you approved and making it where the underwriter, if she has any questions or concerns, she can say, this file, I don't like it, but look at how much money they have in reserves.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. And another question I know everyone probably have. And I get this all the time. People want to, I'm excited about getting a new home and I want to have furniture and stuff like that. I'm just going to go to Ashley's or go to Nebraska Furniture to go and get some furniture and stuff for the house. That leads me to what steps should a buyer avoid?
That one for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so don't buy the furniture before the house unless you want to live on the furniture without the house. Okay, so even the your rooms to go, or they're like, come in 0% financing, you have to make a payment for 12 months
or 5 years sometimes.
or 5 years or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter that you don't have a payment. We are going to calculate 5% of whatever that total is against your debt to income. Okay, so even if it has no payment, if there's a debt, we are counting that debt against you, and we use 5% of it. Now that 5% maybe to some people could work in their debt to income, but most people it does not. Okay, so the number one thing to avoid is do not buy anything, not just furniture. Don't go buy a car. Don't go open up a new credit card. Don't charge up your credit cards. Don't close your credit cards. Don't pay your credit cards down to zero. Okay? $10, $5, that's fine. Maintain the same activity that you were doing when you got pre-qualified throughout the whole process.
Pay your credit card bills, just don't pay them.
You can pay them, just don't pay them to zero. We do every lender, not just us, does what is called a soft credit pull. Typically 3 days before you close your loan. And what this soft credit pull does is it pulls to see if you've changed drastically balances on your credit cards. Okay, so if you have a $10,000 credit card, and when you first got pre-approved, it was a balance of $1,000 with a $100 payment. Now that credit card's $9,000 and the payment changes to $350.
Somebody buy furniture.
We're going to count that new debt against you. Okay. Not only that, we monitor from the minute you submit a file till the day you close. We get notified if you ever pull your credit. Okay, so we'll come back and say, hey, we saw that you pulled your credit at Chase Auto. Did you buy a new car? Okay, and you don't want to commit loan fraud, so you don't want to say no. Now, there are times where a borrower gets in an accident and their car's totaled and they need a new car. Always talk with your loan officer, and here's what I say. Now, I'm not going to tell you don't go buy a new car. You need it for your family. I tell you to keep the payment the same as the payment you have now. Okay? So just say, okay, if you had a $350 payment, go buy a car. Don't use your assets. So we need a swap. We need to go in. No money down. Come out. Same payment. And then it won't affect. Don't use your assets. Do not take a vacation in the middle of you doing a home loan. Do not use the assets that we have in the file, because at any point in time, if the underwriter calculates that maybe your cash to close is $100 more than you have in the account, and they happen to ask for a new bank statement, if you have used the money in your account, what are you going to do? Okay, so you have to, here's what I say. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Don't use all your cash. Stick to the normal routine.
Celebrate after you buy it.
Celebrate. The minute I say, hey, congratulations, you funded, you're now a homeowner.
Pop bottles.
Hey,
Crown
go
Peach.
To Bahamas. Take us with you. We'll celebrate together. I don't know.
Crown Peach, if you can find it anywhere.
Whatever you want, go do it. Just joking.
She's joking.
Crown Peach sounds good.
We can find it. It's like sold out everywhere. But and just because I don't want to take too much of your time, but just another.
This is fun.
I know.
Yeah, this is not.
I'm having fun.
I mean, they're still watching. Look at on there. If you guys have questions too, make sure we're live for a reason. So, if you have questions, I'd love to answer them for you. So just post them on here, and we'll scroll through in a little bit.
Some of y'all should be at work. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't get off. Don't get off.
So what loan programs are out there, especially like for the first-time buyers, or what special programs are out there? Because I know a lot of people are like, well, I want to live here, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of questions when it comes to it. I always relate that to the mortgage
Well,
loan.
there's tons of programs out there. You got your down payment assistance programs that cover sometimes up to 5%. And I actually got an email last week that some of them are even going to go to a 6% help, and but it's going to be kind of like a silent second.
Gotcha.
Not that y'all know what that means, but I could explain it later. But up to 6% is coming, and you have your normal, your conventional veterans. We love to help you. So you got your VA 100% financing. You have your USDA, which is your rural housing. That's also 100% financing.
Yeah, I know. That's actually working with someone right now who's trying to look into. I know there's certain areas.
That's correct. You're not going to find a home that qualifies for USDA right here inside of the DFW Metroplex.
That's true.
Okay, you're going to have to go out where it's kind of, think of the word, it's rural housing. So not necessarily saying you got to go to the country. Yeah. But we just got to find you homes in particular areas. So that'd be more you, Mike.
Yeah, not too much of your close DFW.
You can't have no city house in rural housing.
Nah.
So, but yeah, conventional. We have a product that goes down to 3%. So it's actually less than FHA, which is 3.5%, and that's a really great program. I actually really like it. Okay. Most of the time, I like it better sometimes than down payment assistance. But yeah, just about anything that, we kind of tailor it to what you can qualify for. Okay. But whatever you need, the biggest thing is if you have the credit and you have the income and you're lacking the funds and you really want to buy a house, which you should, give us a call, because there's programs out there that Mike can help you.
There's plenty of programs out there. If you're really looking to purchase a home, especially here in DFW, there's a home for everybody. I truly believe that there's a home for everybody. Yeah. It's just how bad do you want it, and being with the right people as well. Like I said, I may not be the best fit for somebody, but there's a fit for somebody for everyone there.
I think you're a great fit.
He's
downplaying it. He does all of these wonderful videos to educate you, to build that relationship with you, to help you through one of the most stressful, biggest purchases of your life. And so give yourself a little bit of credit, because there's not many people that are doing that are wanting to be helpful. So just know that he's out for your best interests, and ultimately at the end of the day, that's what really matters. You ultimately decide the house that's right for you. Mike's job is to help you through that process. So
I appreciate that. But like I said, it's not just all me. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. We all have to work together. Like I said, we have to build that communication and that keyword trust. So
yeah, absolutely.
But like you said, if you have any questions,
you want to scroll through here and see? I see people are watching, but oh wait, here we go. Great information. Do you want to tag? No. Okay.
Tag them.
Hey guys, that's Shar, and then I'm tagged. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have any questions, but let's see. What else could we talk about that's important? Down payment assistance programs are great, but keep in mind, whether you're a first-time home buyer or not, they're income restricted.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's important to call. And luckily in Texas, it's not total household income. So if the spouse can qualify on one of their own income, then we don't include the other income, and we help you qualify. So once again, this is a reason why you have to call. You don't want to just go straight to the websites and say, oh gosh, we don't qualify, forget it, I'm not going to call. That's why you have to, you got to talk with a loan officer, because this is what I do for a living. This is all I study. This is my craft. And I'll always try to find a way to make it work. And does it always happen? No, but at least you'll know. Yeah. And you'll have a guided path on what we need to do or what steps we need to do to get you there. Okay. And just imagine if you talk to someone, it's not, I don't like to say no, it's just a not right now. And here's the steps that you need to do to get you into homeownership.
Yeah, and that's all about just like, giving that information, that education and stuff like that. I mean, it may not be the right time right now, but it'll definitely be a time. You just have to follow the steps and trust who you're working with, that they're giving you the right information. That's correct.
And if you follow it to the T, we'll get you out of spending, I don't know, what's rent now?
Some places like $1,800 in some places. I mean, it's
crazy. $1,800 a month. I mean, what would that get him? Let's see. So $175,000 home with minimum money down. It's typically around a $1,500 payment.
Yeah, it's going up these days.
Yeah, because of taxes. Taxes are rising.
Yeah.
But remember, it's about building wealth, and you get the tax write-off on owning a home. So you get the interest write-off up to, was it $10,000 now?
Yes.
You changed it, so it's up to $10,000. So it's not, we can't write off any interest. You do get to write off up to $10,000. And I can tell you, on a $200,000 home, you're not writing off $10,000 worth of interest anyway. They're not. Their banks are not making that much. I mean, they're making money over the life, but you're definitely not making it in 1 year, $10,000. So. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think they have any questions, Mike.
But I mean, if you have any questions afterwards, I mean, obviously just put it in the comments here after Facebook does their processing and everything. But you want to leave them with like your contact information?
Sure.
And everything?
Well, you can always find me #JLoan on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What else? What else is out there?
I like use Instagram and
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can find me there. My contact information, my cell phone number is the only number I give out, is 817-601-5456. Again, 817-601-5456. Inbox me, text me, call me, and I'd be more than happy to help you out.
All right. Well, everyone, this was a part of our home buyer series, excuse me. This is Mike, Realtor Mike, with Century 21 Mike Bowman. If you have any questions, looking to purchase or sell a home, definitely give me a call, 214-437-7485. To look at the newest updated listings out there right now, go to www.callrealtormike.com, and we'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. So for all your financing needs for your home, don't forget to call your girl J-Loan.
J-Loan.
All right, y'all.